Wa alaikum assalam. How are you, Aziza?
Good.
All right, that's great. So please read the namaz.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. إني وجهت وجهي للذي فطر السماوات والأرض حنيفا وما أنا من المشركين. الله أكبر. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى جدك ولا إله غيرك. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي العظيم سبحان ربي العظيم سبحان ربي العظيم. سمع الله لمن حمده ربنا لك الحمد. الله أكبر. سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى سبحان ربي الأعلى. الله أكبر. التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات. السلام عليك أيها النبي ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد يا
Allahumma. A standing zabar, you have to stretch it for 1 second. Allahumma,
الله
like that.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. رب زدني علما. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. اللهم إنا نستعينك ونستغفرك ونؤمن بك ونتوكل عليك ونثني إليك الخير ونشكرك ولا نكفرك ونخلأ ونترك من يشكرك. اللهم إياك نعبد ولك نصلي ونسجد وإليك نسعى ونهبد ونرجو رحمتك ونخشى عذابك إن عذابك بالكفار ملحق.
All right, good job. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
أعوذ من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بلى من كسب سيئة وأحاطت به خطيئته فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك أصحاب الجنة هم فيها خالدون. وإذ أخذنا ميثاق بني إسرائيل لا تعبدون إلا الله وبالوالدين إحسانا وذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وقولوا للناس حسنا وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة ثم توليتم إلا قليلا منكم وأنتم معرضون وإذ أخذنا ميثاقكم لا تسفكون دماءكم ولا تخرجون أنفسكم من دياركم ثم أقررتم وأنتم تشهدون. Alright, you read.
Alright. بلى ما كسب سيئة وأحاطت به
Ha is a light letter. وأحاطت.
وأحاط
What?
به
Not طب tot. Come on. وأحاطت.
وأحاطت
Hmm.
به can you, به خطيئته فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك أصحاب الجنة هم فيها خالدون وإذ أخذ
Oh, make sure that you are reading the sharp ha as sharp ones.
yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
وإذ وإذ أخذنا ميثاق بني إسرائيل لا تعبدون إلا الله وبالوالدين إحسانا وذي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وقولوا للناس حسنا وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة ثم تولوتم إلا قليلا
توليتم.
توليتم إلا قليلا منكم وأنتم معرضون وإذ أخذنا ميثاقكم لا تسفكون دماءكم ولا تخرجون أنفسكم من دياركم ثم أقررتم وأنتم تشهدون تش...
All right. Little girl, you read.
Okay. بلى من كسب سيئة وأحاطت به خطيئته فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك أصحاب الجنة هم فيها خالدون وإذ
Shanga,
أخذ
Aziza, these are only 2 pages, and you always read as if you are being forced to read it, as if you are very tired, as if you are a old granny, a 90-year-old granny who does not want
no,
to read, but your parents are forcing you to read. Come on, your voice is not clear. You should sit properly, speak in front of the mic properly. Your voice should be loud enough so that I could hear it properly. Come on, read with some passion.
okay.
Yeah.
Do I continue?
Yeah, yeah.
وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا وَذِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْيَتَامَى وَالْمَسَاكِينِ وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا
Hus.
وَأَقِيمُوا
Ha must be sharper. Husna
حُسْنًا
wa aqimus salata.
حُسْنًا وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ
Don't
ثُمَّ
pause in the middle of the word. Come on. حسنا وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة.
حُسْنًا. Wait, what was it again?
You are not serious. Come on, focus.
حُسْنًا وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ ثُمَّ تَوَلَّيْتُمْ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا
What?
من
قليلا منكم.
قليلا قليلا منكم أنتم
وأنتم
وأنتم
معرضون.
مُعْرِضُونَ وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ لَا تَسْفِكُونَ دِمَاءَكُمْ وَلَا تُخْرِجُونَ أَنفُسَكُم مِّن دِيَارِكُمْ ثُمَّ أَقْرَرْتُمْ وَأَنتُمْ تشهدون
تشهدون.
تشهدون
Come on. تشهدون.
تشهدون
صدق الله العظيم.
صدق الله.
When they, the hypocrites who are actually Jews, meet the mu'mineen, they say, we have Iman. However, when they, the Jews, are alone with one another, they, the Jewish leaders, say to those pretending to be mu'mineen, did you inform them, the mu'mineen, of what Allah has disclosed to us in the Torah concerning the description of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that they, the mu'mineen, contacts with us Jews before your Rabb on the day of Qiyamah, thereby proving that we were guilty of not following Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's despair, knowing that he was Allah's final prophet? Do you not understand that you should stop doing this? All right. So in Mecca, there were Muslims and there were the pagan non-Muslims. Okay, the Quraysh, the non-Muslims who were worshipping idols. But in Medina, number one, there were Muslims. Number two, there were pagan non-Muslims, and number three, there were Jewish non-Muslims. The Jewish non-Muslims worshipped only Allah, but they did not accept Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be the final messenger and Quran to be the final revelation. Now, however, their rabbis, their knowledgeable people did know that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the true and final messenger, and his description has already been mentioned in the Torah. They already knew that Quran is the righteous book of Allah and it is the final message. However, out of jealousy and arrogance, they rejected him, the Prophet, and that is why. Now, the thing is that some of them they tried to spy upon Muslims. So they were actually, you may say, hypocrites, or in modern terms, they were double agents. They were playing double game with Muslims by hiding their identities and coming into Muslim community, listening to their daily routines, portrayed themselves to be Muslims, but from the inside they remain Jewish. Now, in front of the believers, they would say, we are Muslims, but when they would go to their leaders, their Jewish leaders, they would say, we were mocking the Muslim, we were making fun of them. We are really from you. We are really from Jews. Uh, then, after that, uh, okay, so the Jewish leaders were afraid of those hypocrites that did you tell them that Allah has uh, explained all of the description of Prophet Muhammad in the Torah? Did you tell them
Yes.
that also? Because if you have told them, that's a big disaster. Because at the day of judgment, the Muslims will be witness against us that despite of knowing the description and all the knowledge, we still did not believe. So you are doing a blunder. Now those foolish people, they didn't realize that Allah already knows what they are doing, even if the Muslims are witness or not witness, even if they disclose what is written in the Torah or not. Allah already knows what is in the Torah, and Allah already knows what the Jewish people are doing, but they were silly people making up.
mm,
It was not there was no logic behind their argument, behind their saying. Do they not know that Allah has knowledge of what they hide as well as what they reveal, make public? So, in other words, Allah already knows what is written in the Torah, and Allah knows that the final messenger is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And despite of the fact that the Jews clearly know that he is the final messenger, despite of being knowledgeable, they still deny, they still reject the message. Allah already knows whether there is witness or no witness. Allah does not need any witnesses. Among them, the Jews, there are illiterate people, the masses, whose only knowledge of the book, the Torah, are hopes, lies from fabricated stories which their leaders have trained them to narrate. All they know is how to guess, because of which they deny the prophethood of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All right, so there were two kinds of people. There was religious elite, the rabbis, who clearly knew about their religion, the Torah, and they clearly knew that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the true and final
mm,
messenger. And the second group of Jews were illiterate people, the masses, who were just following and they were just narrating what their leaders would tell them to. So they were not able to read the Torah itself and understand it properly. So they were dependent upon those rabbis who were just misleading them. And this is the one of the reasons why many Jews did not revert to Islam. Are you getting my point?
mm,
So the religious elite among the Jews were arrogant. Despite of having the knowledge, they still did not accept, and the masses were ignorant. They were ignorant
mm,
of what the truth was. May those people be destroyed who write the book with their hands, dreaming up the words and then say, this is from Allah, so that they may sell it for a worthless price for a small commercial profit. May they be destroyed because of what their hands write, and may they be destroyed because of what the bribes they earn. This was refers to the Jewish scholars who changed the text of the Torah that described Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as well as the text that sentenced the married adulterer to death by stoning. Besides this, they changed several other texts as well. They did this for the benefit of the people who bribed them.
mm,
So the most sinful people are those who were bribing them and those Jewish scholars who were changing the religious text for their own benefit. That is why A person who is knowledgeable about Islam and then he intentionally misleads other people, he will be severely punished by Allah.
Mm.
So
mm,
knowledge comes with responsibility. If you have knowledge, it means you are powerful. You have influence over others. And if other people see you as a knowledgeable person, then you will have an influence over them. You must represent the knowledge which you have learned accurately and correctly, and you must not modify it, and you must not change it, and you must not mix your own ideas in that. This is
Mm.
what is Islam teaches us. When the Jews, that is why we have to be extra careful while reading the translation of the Quran. We have to be extra careful what is the source of this translation, who translated this, whether that person was a scholar of the Quran or not, because there are many wrong translations of the Quran as also. So we have to be extra careful from whom we are learning our religion from. Okay.
Mm.
When the
mm,
Jews are warned about Jahannam, they say the fire will touch us only for a limited number of days. Some said that this would be 40 days because their forefathers worshipped the cow for this period of time. Others said that it would be for 7 days, while another group said that it would be for 40 years. Say to them, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, have you taken a
So,
promise from Allah to this effect which He cannot break? Not at all. The truth is that you are merely attributing to Allah statements about which you have no knowledge. All right, so the Jews believe that we are the sons of Allah. Allah forbid. That we
mm.
will not be punished by Allah. We will only burn in hell for 40 days if we go, or for 40 years, or for 40 days. It's or for a small period of time because we are the beloved nation of Allah and He will forgive us eventually. These are all false and fake statements without any truth, no evidence in that. Not nowhere in the Torah is written in that statement. So Allah is saying that, did you take any promise from me? So
mm,
Islam is not a racist religion. Allah had created all humans equal in terms of
mm,
race, in terms of nobility. They are equal when they are as born humans. Now later on, their actions dictate their status of them in the eyes of Allah. So if a person is a pious one and he does good deeds, he has a higher rank in front of Allah as compared to a person who has done more sins and his deeds are not that good.
Mm.
So it is the
mm,
character, it is our character and our actions which dictate our rank in front of Allah. It is not our race or lineage. That's the thing which we need to
Mm.
consider. The Jews, however, are racist people. Even if a person tries to convert to Jewish religion, he cannot. He will not be considered Jewish. Because to be Jew, you have to be the descendant of Bani Israel. Now,
mm,
I'm talking about Orthodox Judaism. I'm not talking
Oh,
about, yeah.
mm.
What are you going to say, Jibrail?
No, I'm just saying, like Orthodox Judaism.
What?
Wait, you said hold on, I'm so confused. Did you say Orthodox Judaism or Orthodox Christianity?
No, I said Orthodox Judaism. Orthodox Judaism means what you may say the traditional Judaism. Those Jews who
Oh,
follow the
mm,
traditional teachings still to this day. Now, although those teachings have been modified, but they still are practicing Jews. You can say practicing Jews who are following their religion. in other terms. So
Uh-huh.
there are
mm,
other. So actually, every religion has gone through some certain stages. Obviously, when Christianity or Judaism have been modified and changed, there were many laws which were very strict, inhumane, because they were man made, because the religions have been polluted by human ideologies and ideas. So
Mm-hmm.
the popes and the rabbis, they created, invented many things which were very unnatural. They were not according to human mindset, and they were not normal. You know, they were extreme.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because of those extremes, uh, there were certain movements within those religions, within those religious communities. For example, the Christians have gone through a movement called the Protestant movement, and the
Oh,
Protestant,
by Martin Luther?
mm,
yeah, and the Protestants have relaxed many of the rules which they thought was too strict or too inhumane. Same is the case
Mm-hmm.
with Jewish people. Jews also have different variants of Judaism going through. So one variant is Orthodox, the traditional one, and the second variant is more modern. So those Jews are do not go to the temple very often, and they have their own set of beliefs. So but if anybody wants to be an Orthodox Jew, his mother has to be Jewish, uh, lineage wise. So she has to be a descendant of Bani Israel. Otherwise, he cannot be a Jew. So,
mm,
yes, a person can become an Ashkenazi Jew, which means a modern Jew, but he cannot become a traditional or Orthodox Jew unless his mother is not Jewish lineage wise. So this is the
Mm.
thing. So they are very racist people, and they believe that we are the chosen ones of Allah, but that is not the truth. Only that person is chosen one who practices Islam, who truly believes in
Mm.
Islam, who believes in Quran, who believes in the final uh, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be
Sallallahu
the
alaihi
Professor.
wasallam.
to be the final messenger, and who practices it, and who is sincere, and whose actions, good deeds, are not for showing off to others that I am a very pious and good person, not at all. But his good actions eh, are only to earn respect and love from Allah. So his
Mm.
actions are only for Allah, for the sake of Allah, not for the sake of showing off to others. That is the
Mm.
person who is respectable in the eyes of Allah. It is not that a certain race, even it is not that if a person is an Arab, he will be loved by Allah more as compared to a non-Arab. No, Islam is for everybody. Allah has created every kind of race, every kind of person in the world. Allah is not the only the Allah of Arabs or the Jews. No, Allah is the Allah of everybody. Allah is the God
Mm,
for everybody. So, no matter which nationality you are, and no matter which race you are, it is the actions and the intentions which matter. Alright, so inshallah, meet you tomorrow. Wish you best of luck. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.